While April showers may bring May flowers, flash floods and storms may hurt you. Let's talk about that. Hi, it's Heather Flaherty with Berry Insurance. While certain times of the year have a higher risk, floods can happen at any time of the year, and flood damage can lead to expensive repairs in your home if you are not properly insured. Did you know that according to the Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA, 25% of flood-related insurance claims are from areas with low to moderate flood risk? And that data is reported by those who have flood insurance, which means even if you are not in a flood zone, you might want to consider getting flood insurance to protect yourself against costly claims. Here at Berry Insurance, we know how much of a damper flooding can put on your day. So in this video, you will learn the differences between water damage covered in your homeowner's insurance policy and flood insurance coverage, what is and isn't covered by flood insurance, how flood insurance works, who needs flood insurance, how much flood insurance you might need, how much flood insurance costs. Let's jump in. Water damage covered by home insurance. You might assume the water damage coverage on your homeowner's insurance policy will cover flooding, because floods cause water damage, right?
You know what? You thought wrong!
Unfortunately, that's not quite how it works. Water damage coverage under your homeowner's policy will cover water damage from situations including a burst pipe, an overflowing toilet, or rainwater dripping through your roof. However, any water damage that enters your home from the ground outside will not be covered under your homeowner's policy. If you want to be covered for damage caused by flooding, you will need a separate insurance policy. If you want more information on water damage covered by your homeowner's policy, check out this video or click the link in the description below to read our article on water damage. What is covered by flood insurance? Flood insurance, which is backed by FEMA under the National Flood Insurance Program, covers damages in your home caused by flooding. Flood insurance protects you under the following definition: water that covers at least 2 acres of land that is normally dry or that damages 2 properties, one being your own. Flooding can have a variety of causes, including thawing snow, a rainstorm, a river or creek overflowing, or even a neighbor's pool draining into your home. If one of those situations has happened to you, your flood insurance would cover your home and permanent fixtures within your home, as well as most of your possessions. What isn't covered by flood insurance? Unfortunately, when it comes to flooding in basements, there are some restrictions in coverage. Flood insurance will cover permanent fixtures and some appliances in basements, including foundation walls, staircases, air conditioning units, electrical outlets, circuit breakers, and washing and drying machines. However, non-essential extras will not be covered, including materials used to finish basements like paneling, tiles, carpet, and curtains. Other items, such as furniture items in storage and other belongings, will not be covered as well. So if you suspect a flood is coming, we recommend moving things to a higher ground. How does flood insurance work? Home and business owners can get flood insurance if their community participates in the National Flood Insurance Program, which most communities around the country do. Renters and condo unit owners can also get flood policies for the contents of their apartments. Once you have purchased a flood policy, there is a 30-day waiting period before the policy becomes active, unless the insurance is a requirement to get a mortgage, in which case the waiting period is waived. Keep in mind, some flood insurance companies may also temporarily stop writing new flood insurance policies if there's an upcoming storm, so it's a safer bet to have it up front.
Boy, I can't wait to get flood insurance before this storm hits.
Help! Help! My leg! Can't you see we're closed?
How to submit a flood insurance claim. If a flood occurs and your home is damaged, the first thing you should do is take photos of the damaged property before doing any cleaning up. This is so you will have proof of all the damage for the insurance company.
Yes, right, yes, 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 no, no! Look, I'm not even shooting you. It's insane.
You should also make a list of all the damaged or lost items with their value so you can be reimbursed. After that, you may begin the cleanup process, and be sure to contact your insurance agent to submit your claim. After you pay your deductible, which you will choose when buying your flood insurance policy, the insurance will pay for the damage up to the coverage limits you set in your policy.
Who needs flood insurance? You may think that if you do not live in a flood zone, you don't need flood insurance, right?
You thought wrong!
Well, the truth is that everyone lives in a flood zone. It's just that every zone has a different level of risk. If you live or own a business in a FEMA-designated high-risk flood zone and finance your home or business, your mortgage company will require you to buy flood insurance. Even if you are in a low-risk flood area, flood zones change constantly. New land developments and alterations in landscaping can instantly increase the chances of your home being flooded. If you don't live in a high-risk area, the decision to get flood insurance is ultimately up to you. However, flood damages can cost tens of thousands of dollars. If you don't want to pay for those damages out of pocket, then you should consider getting flood insurance.
I don't need it.
Sure about
I
that?
don't need it.
How to know what flood zone you're in. So how do you know what flood risk zone you're in? Flood zones are divided into 6 different categories, labeled with the following letters. High risk areas are labeled with an A or V. Moderate to low risk areas are labeled with a B, C, or X. Unknown or non-mapped areas are labeled with the letter D. To view flood maps of your area, you can visit the FEMA Flood Map Service Center, linked in the description of this video. Do I need flood insurance if I rent? Don't assume flood insurance is strictly for homeowners. While flood damage to the actual building would be the responsibility of the building owner, your furniture, clothing, and other possessions would not be covered. You may want to have a flood insurance policy to ensure that the contents of your apartment are covered. Who doesn't need flood insurance? Luckily, flooding is rare, and if your budget is tight and you can't spend the extra money, you might feel like waiting to get flood coverage. We understand. Flood policies can be expensive, and some people don't want to spend or don't have the extra money. That's fine, as long as you understand you may be putting your home, apartment, or business at risk.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
It only takes a little water to cause thousands of dollars in damage. How much flood insurance do I need? You can buy up to $250,000 in dwelling coverage and $100,000 in personal property coverage, for a total of $350,000 in flood coverage. How much you choose to buy will depend on how high you perceive your flood risk, your budget, and any requirements from your mortgage lender. How much does flood insurance cost? The cost of flood insurance can vary greatly, anywhere from $500 to $12,000 a year or higher. The cost depends on what risk zone you're in, what your coverage limits are, and what you choose as your deductible. If you're renting, flood coverage for your personal belongings will generally cost a couple $100s a year. Flood damage can be devastating and extremely costly when it comes to repairs, so whether you're in a high-risk flood zone or not, you may want to consider getting a flood insurance policy to protect yourself from thousands of dollars in a potential out-of-pocket claim. Here at Berry Insurance, we've had many clients who have experienced flooding ask if any of it could be covered under their homeowner's insurance, and unfortunately there's nothing to be done after flooding has already happened.
Oh, no.
So the best thing you can do is be prepared for the worst case scenario and get flood insurance, and try as hard as you can to preemptively prevent flood damage. If you want to learn more about flood insurance or have any other insurance questions, head over to the Learning Center on our website. We have tons of articles and videos on a variety of insurance-related topics to keep you informed. If you enjoyed today's video, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel. It helps us reach more people just like you. We create videos like this every week to educate our viewers and help them navigate the world of insurance. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next video.